DuckTalks is part of Res TV's network of podcasts. Check out res.tv for other great podcasts. It's the week of Thursday, January 31st, and you're listening to episode 57 of DuckTalks. Hey there, and welcome to a bonus episode of DuckTalks. Hi, my name's Mitch. I'm one of your hosts. Joining me this week, Pirate Steven.
Ahoy there. It's me. I'm back again this week.
Second episode in a row for 2019.
We're so dedicated. It's ridiculous.
Well, you know, I think we planned it pretty well. We stayed up to speed on things until Ducktales slowed down, and then we took a little bit of a break. But we're ramping back up. Man, do we have a busy February ahead of us.
No, it's the shortest month, but it's the busiest.
Not only that, we have to fit in a holiday that you know we have to set time aside. Have you bought anything yet?
What holiday is it again?
See, that's why I brought it up. Valentine's Day is this month.
Oh. Yeah, I'm trying to think what was February. I was like Mardi Gras?
And yet we do not have DuckTales Valentines on the shelves.
Yeah, you know, I went to a Walgreens and a Target hoping that I was going to see some kind of DuckTales next to all these other franchises that haven't had a thing in 10 years. And nope, no DuckTales. I can't believe it.
Missed opportunity.
Right? I mean, come on. We didn't have DuckTales wrapping paper. We didn't have any Valentines. I mean, what's going on? It feels like this wave of Duck merch that we had and this momentum and then everything we had just stopped. We have a couple of Duck merch stuff to go over tonight, but you know, I wish the momentum would keep on going.
It feels like the brakes have been pumped just a little bit. I mean, we had this conversation last year that we should have Valentines. You know what would be fun? I just thought of this. It'd be fun if you're listening to the podcast, and I know you are because you just heard me say that. So you're listening to the podcast, right? And you have an idea for a DuckTales Valentine. Send it to us on Twitter at DuckTalks. We'd love to hear that. Maybe we put some of those together.
I thought it'd be funny. It had like Doofus Drake, and it says, be my friendy friend.
Yeah, that would be a good one. I can think of some webby ones. I'm sure that would be good. A lot of those gifts that are floating around.
Yeah, or it could be like Dewey, and it's like, do we want to be my Valentine?
Ooh, but ding, that's a good one. And then Louis can be like, whatever.
Text you later.
Text you later.
See, wait, they don't need to make Valentines. We'll make our own.
That's what I'm saying. Let's make our own.
Let's just do it.
That might be something we fit in February. But hey, we were talking about being busy in February. Our last episode was an amazing interview. It's just so much fun to talk with Brian Cummings.
No relation to Jim, but he was awesome.
Yeah, it was a fun time, and we're looking forward to speaking with him again in the future. You know, he told us about some projects he has coming up. Actually, he told us he has some projects coming up. He didn't tell us what they were, so we'll be interested in seeing what they are. But in the month of February, we have some other people scheduled to be on the podcast. And yeah, we're just teasing you because we're not going to tell you who they are just yet. If you watch our Twitter account, we'll be releasing that information as we record them. That way it's a little bit better for the people who we're having on and for us, because honestly, scheduling guests on podcasts is hard work.
Yeah, I'll give you a hint. Mitch is one of the people we're going to have on the podcast, and I'm going to be the other. So
I'm so excited.
We're not going to tell you who the third or fourth people are, and Josh should be there as well. But yeah, we're not going to tell you just yet.
We did want to get together this week. It's Thursday, so you know it's like the latter half of the week. We're getting ready for the weekend. But we wanted to get together and talk about some of this news, because some news is broken that we haven't been able to get to. Is that right? The news is broken. I think that's right. I'm going with it. And we wanted to get together and just kind of talk about it. We know many of you have probably heard about this news at this point, but we've not had a chance to really hash it out. So we wanted to get behind the mics and press that red button and shoot it out there to the interwebs. So February hiatus confirmed. The last time we talked about this, I think, was 2 episodes ago, episode 55. Josh and I talked about the fact that there was a rumor. We also talked about the fact that the source of the rumor looked to be legit, even though it couldn't be confirmed yet. And within a matter of a couple of days, it was confirmed. I even thought about recording a little add-on to that episode to say that it had been confirmed and decide against it, because we talked about it pretty good in that episode. But disappointing, but I'm going to be honest, not unexpected. I figured we were going to probably go through February, really hoping for March.
I just want to know a month. I don't care that there's a break. I've said before, I enjoy having the episodes during the summer because I don't like the summer programming that's on TV. So, but I don't want to go all the way to May again with the hiatus. I know Disney Channel has a bunch of new shows they're trying to air, and I don't know if the DuckTales is just being bundled with them, kind of like what they did with the Big Hero 6 episodes, and they delayed those. But I don't know. I just feel like DuckTales had an amazing momentum wave and knocked out of the park with the Christmas episode, and then we have no idea when they're coming back.
Yeah, I don't know that because we were really shocked that they kept the October release for season 2, and I don't know that we needed season 2 to begin so early if we're going to go into the summer. Not even the halfway point. We've had how many episodes? 6. We're waiting on episode 7.
Yeah, just 6.
Yeah, so I would prefer we'd gone into the new year before we got new episodes, but, it is what it is. We'll enjoy it. We'll have fun with it. Surely it's not going to be this summer. I mean, maybe they work it out to where the show is airing in June so they can do another big push. They really enjoyed that promo that they did during the month of June. I can't remember what that was called now. That was forever ago.
Yeah, I mean, they knocked it. Going from Disney XD to Disney Channel was such an amazing move for them, and they got so much promotion from doing that. It'd be great for them to have it again this summer, or some kind of contest or something going. I know they had that awesome event at Disney California Adventures. That with DuckTales was a big part of that. So yeah, as long as they can somehow get the momentum back, I'd love for it, because like you said, only 6 episodes. That's only a quarter of the episodes for season 2. They got a lot of stuff to go to hash out in season 2. I'm just ready to go. Saturdays feel weird without it.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. My daughters have asked me, Daddy, when are we getting new DuckTales? When do we get to have DuckTales on Saturday mornings? I just thought of something. That Disneyland event in March, for the Disney afternoon, isn't that in March?
Yeah, but I feel like that was more 80. Yeah, it's in March, but that was more like early 90s. Isn't it a 90s event?
Yeah, it is. It's pulling out all the old characters and the Afternoon Avenue and all of that. So I'm sure they're not fitting something together with that now that you said that. But it would be good timing if the show came back on around that time. They could cross promote for it maybe, but they don't really seem to be cross promoting the old stuff. Tad said this. There's a new show, and Disney's not in the business of really pushing the old stuff all that much. It's cool that they're doing it in the parks. They've already got these characters and everything lying around. Saw some stuff from Walt Disney World with Max on YouTube this week. He's apparently been added to one of the parades.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm actually going to Moonlight Madness, which is a DVC event at Walt Disney World in February with our good friend Eric. And we're going to see if we can find some characters that usually aren't out and about. So we'll see if we can find. Hopefully Darkwing's going to be in, maybe some Launchpad and Chippendale Rescue Rangers. We'll see who we can see.
That'd be awesome. Well, we don't know when the hiatus is going to end. We're definitely going to be watching it and following it the best we can. Maybe some book hits Amazon with a description that tells us when the show will be back, because, what's the likelihood of that ever happening? But until then, check out our podcast. We'll talk about it as soon as it comes up, but we'll also be tweeting about it, and it'll be on our website without a doubt. So thanks for following, and that's where you can find it. That's pretty much all the news, but we did want to talk about one thing from episode 55. Josh and I were talking about some of the stuff that happened over the holidays, and we were talking about Daisy versus Donna, and it seems we got some information incorrect. Now, this comes from a source that I would say is probably one of the best sources that we could get on something like this. We talk about Duckstorians. This is the epitome of Duckstorians, and that is David Gerstein. Thanks, David, for listening to the podcast. David is the editor at Fantagraphics who's been working on the Don Rosa library. I've not looked in the back of my Carl Barks stories yet to see if he worked on that one, but I think it's likely. And I also know that David works as an editor with IDW. He is plugged in all the right places to know what he's talking about. And he said that on our Daisy versus Donna canon discussion, the specific comics from the 50s and 60s, the Donald Daly strips featured the girls as separate characters, and they were drawn in-house at the Disney studio. So he's calling that official, and he says probably the best explanation for the whole discussion on whether Donna was the prototype Daisy or Donna's a separate character is that the original Donna evolved into Daisy, but was later split off as a separate character, and he says it is messy. So good insight and further news on on this discussion. I think it's fun to have those conversations. When I first learned about Goofy's introduction as Dippity Dog, I thought that was pretty cool. And a lot of these characters have such rich histories. I was watching a YouTube video this past weekend on the evolution of Donald's look and his design, and it was really cool. That's what prompted that tweet asking people what's been their favorite design, and it's really cool seeing all the people discussing which one was is their favorite, which one they relate to. And a lot of people like the new Donald. I have to say, I'm a fan. It's kind of a little bit of everything, in my opinion.
Yeah, we got a lot of discussion out of that tweet.
Well, let's take a look at Duck merch, because we are Duck merch heavy this week. And we, first of all, have to bring up the fact that Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, and Pirate has had absolutely no sleep since the game came out.
That's not exactly true.
Did it come out Tuesday or Wednesday?
It came out on Tuesday. It's been 13 years since the last one. In the serial series of 1, 2, and 3, so I'm taking my time with it. I'll do it one world a week or something.
Spoiler free. What's the first reaction? The initial reaction?
I've only played, so the first level is the Hercules level, and is a lot of fun. It's good to have a Disney console game again. We haven't had that really since Disney Infinity, so. Yeah, I recommend people picking up if they like a Disney game. It's going to be hard for people that haven't played any of the other Kingdom Hearts games. You're going to be confused as heck, not know what's going on. But you'll know the stories. Like, for example, the first one, it's all about the stories of Hercules. So if you know that movie, you know what goes on there, but you won't know anything else.
And so the story of the main characters of the game intertwine with the movie or interrupt the movie? Or is that what takes place?
Yeah, they kind of arrive in the middle of the movie.
Okay. Spoiler free. We won't get into any more than that. We promise. That's all.
But yeah, it's gonna be a while probably before you see Kingdom Hearts 4. So you definitely have enough time to play through the rest of them. I know you haven't hit that series yet, but it's definitely a good tale that is being told here. And I can't believe that game finally came out, and now we're going to find a new game to look forward to release. I'm a big Last of Us fan, so I'm waiting for Last of Us Part 2 to come out.
I have a pretty good backlog of cheap games that I've gotten that released early with the PS4 because I've not had my PS4 that long. So I got a lot of games to go back and play that I know people have said are really, really good. But I'm currently playing Spider-Man. I got to the final fight and had the little disclaimer of before you go through this door, this is your last chance to level everything up that you want to. Before you fight the final boss. So I backed out and went back to do those challenge tokens, man. I am not doing well with those challenge tokens.
After you beat the game, you can always go back and do those challenges. But they didn't know if you need to level up before you fight whoever that last boss is.
Yeah.
They want you to do that. But you can always go back after that.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure I had one more level on one of my gadgets. So that's why I backed away. I was like, no, I'm going to go make sure I have this first. And so I'm ready. I'm ready to play it this weekend. I'm going to play that final battle. And then you've played the DLC too, right?
Yeah, I'm actually 100% on the game and all 3 of the DLCs, which is something I have never done before. Never been that much into a game where I've well, I can't say that because I did play Disney Infinity a lot. But to platinum a game and do all the DLC 100%. I've never done that before. So it is my favorite game of last year. And Kingdom Hearts, I'm sure, will be my favorite game until, I don't know, until Last of Us Part 2 comes out.
I'm still considering picking up Kingdom Hearts, but we got to finish Spider-Man first. And I think I'm going to finish one more game before I start looking at picking it up.
I did. I've never played the DuckTales Remastered. I recently bought that for the PlayStation 3 through one of the sales they had around Christmas time for like $4 or something like that. So
great buy. Yeah,
I'm gonna play through that. I have to rehook up my PlayStation 3 because that's just been sitting there while the PlayStation 4 has been going on. So. But I definitely am going to play through that. I wish it was PlayStation 4 because I would love to do some streams of it. Yeah. But, what can you do?
Yeah, I've got it on the old Apple TV, and I got it for about $4, and I love that game. The girls love to just watch it. It's like watching an episode. While we're talking about video games, let's mention that Disney Heroes Battle Mode. That name just doesn't work for me. But Disney Heroes Battle Mode is the mobile game we've been talking about for a couple of weeks, and we did start a guild on server number 2 for that game. And as of right now, our guild is up to 18 members. So if you're a member of our guild and you're listening, thanks for listening and thanks for playing with us. We've had a lot of fun this week, and right now we're trying to figure out how to beat those surge battles so that we can try to take over these 3 waves of bad guys, defeat them, and move on. So we're working together on that. It's been a lot of fun in the chat, and some of the people there are fans of the show or the website, and some of the people have just come across and found that we're a nice place to play this game, and that's been fun. So check us out if you can get the game, if you don't have the game already. And like I said, we're on server 2, and it's under DuckTalks. We had another release. Was this the first of the year, the DuckTales collection DVD?
It was on the 19th or 20th. Oh, yeah, hold on. Yeah.
It was in January, though. It was after the holidays.
It's January release, DuckTales DVD collection, which is volume 1 through 3 of classic DuckTales. It's 75 episodes, even though the DVD says 70 on the front cover. You get the first 3 volumes of DuckTales and the DuckTales movie. So you're just missing the last 25 episodes if you buy that package, which is roughly, it's $20. Sometimes it goes on sale, but $20 for that DVD collection.
If you don't have all of them, it's a really good deal because I think I paid $7 or $8 each. I think I got the movie for like $5 on Amazon. So, I mean, even if you got all of them for $5, that's $20. So it's a lot easier just to make this one purchase, and you might even be able to find it at your Walmart or Target. So it's a good set. I know a lot of people have been disappointed. We were a little disappointed because I definitely would have dropped $20 or $30 if it included the episodes that I don't have. But, we're still hoping that release comes to the rest of us before long. It has been released. If you haven't heard, that final volume was released on I never can remember which one it is. It's the Disney Movie Club.
Yes.
Not the rewards. Not Disney Movie Rewards, but the Disney Movie Club.
Yeah, you got it.
So you've got to become a member or know a member to get a hold of that one. Another item in the Duck merch is the Disney Masters Volume 6, King of the Golden River.
Yeah, our good friends Fantagraphics sent us an early copy of that, so we're going to be putting out a review next week. It's another great release in the Disney Master Series, which Disney Master Series is, hey, we're going to give you a glimpse of other artists and comic book writers, not just Barks and Don Rosa, for the Duck family. And there's a Mickey. This one has 3 stories, and one of them is a Scrooge story, and another one's a Scrooge story, and then the third one is a Mickey Mouse and Goofy comic about when they're cowboys. So there's. Fun. Yeah, it's a good release. Another great release in that collection, and it's really so. These volumes are like usually $30, and I think they're on sale on Amazon for like $20 right now. And that comes out the second week of February.
I've got to get caught up on those. I'm currently reading the Carl Barks volumes because we're going, and we can go ahead and announce this because our plan is to start this next week. We've been doing Beyond DuckTales offline for a while. Our plan had been for it to be online, but technology did not work out for us. But we went ahead and finished the Don Rosa collection with a group of people, and we've decided that moving forward with the Carl Barks library through Fantagraphics, we're going to do that on DuckTalks. So Beyond DuckTales will become a segment of DuckTalks, and next week we plan on discussing, for a few minutes, we plan on discussing Volume 5. Now, that was the first volume released for that library, and it is Christmas on Bear Mountain, which includes the introduction to Scrooge McDuck, which is why they started with Volume 5. I guess a lot of Barks' more adventurous or more, I don't want to say memorable, but the ones that people talk about the most are the stories that he told after Scrooge. So they've started there. They're up to, is it 13? Is the latest one or the one coming out next?
No, so the next one is actually Volume 20, and that comes out. Yeah, you're way off. Volume 20 comes out in April.
Okay. All right, so Volume 20 comes out in April, and at some point they'll get to the end of those and circle back around to the beginning, I guess.
Yeah, so I believe I read that it would take about 30 volumes to do all of Carl Barks' Disney library. Uh-huh. So we still got, but we'll have about 10 more releases, and then have to probably swing back for the first 4 at some point. And they usually do. Fantagraphics does publish 2 a year, so we'll probably through 2026 to get the rest of them if they keep on that schedule.
Yeah. Well, they've been great. I've enjoyed reading 5, reviewing some of the stories so that I'm prepared for our conversation next week as we go over Volume 5 in Beyond DuckTales. Yeah,
and then Volume 6 has the Old Castle Secret, which is very much like the episode of current DuckTales where they go to Scrooge McDuck's boyhood home. So remember that episode during the summer?
Yeah, way back when.
Long time, season 1.
Yeah.
So that I believe was the second appearance of Scrooge McDuck in the comics, and it was cool to see even back then. That's like their first adventure that he takes the family on. So that's in Volume 6. You also are treated to Gladstone's first appearance in Volume 6. So there's a lot of great... Oh, and I think that one also has the Money Bin's first appearance. So Volume 6 is a good nostalgia one as well.
Well, we got to get through 5, and then we'll get to the phenomenal Volume 6.
Right? Yeah. And
No,
don't get me
Volume
started
5's
on
good.
Volume 7.
No. Volume 5.
Also new this week on in book-related news, we have DuckTales Fowl Play, which is the trade paperback number Volume 4 in the new DuckTales comic book series. And this one has, I believe, issues 9, 10, and 11. And it's currently on sale on Amazon for only $7.40, which is a really great deal if you consider each one of those comics retails for $3.99 if you would have bought them at a shop. So $3.99 times 3, well, that's almost $12 there for you. Did I do it right? Yeah, it's almost $12. So.
Yeah, I've been reading them issue by issue. I've really enjoyed it. You've been doing the trades, so you've been going. Have you picked up Volume 4 yet?
I ordered it.
You ordered it. Okay. At this point, because there's so many stories, because they're all up until recently they were 2-parters, so there were 2 separate stories in each issue. So I can't really remember which issues were 9, 10, and 11. But I know one of those was really, really good. I should have reviewed this. It's a great volume. They've all been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed reading the comics. The latest issue was fabulous. They've gone to 2-parters, so it's actually a story per comic, and it really fits. It's a lot better, I think. I enjoyed the 2-parters when the book started, but now that we've gone to 1 story per issue, I really don't want to go back. But yeah, it's been great. Looking forward to the next issue, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you what you think of Volume 4. We had a little bit of excitement today on our Twitter account. We have excitement on our Twitter account every day. That's honestly where we're the most active, and we have a lot of fun on Twitter. But Pirate, you posted a picture of your DuckTales PhatMojo figures, and brought up that New York Toy Fair is only in a few weeks, and we're getting ready for that. We're hoping we'll have some news coming out of that show. And you asked our followers what figures they would like to see added to the lineup, and we had a great response. There was a number of people who responded, and then today Sean McCarthy responded. Sean's the CEO of PhatMojo,
the boss.
He responded, "Some of the people on this thread will be pleased." So that's great news. We know from previous conversations with Sean that they had been working on other figures, that a Series 2 was planned. And although we can't say that this tweet means that it's official, I'm going to say it's pretty likely at this point.
Yeah, like you said, Toy Fair coming next month. It's middle of the month. I don't have the exact dates. I think it's like the 16th through the 19th. That sounds familiar. But it is going to be, it's kind of like Christmas for us. So we're going to find out all the latest toys. That it's a pretty big deal. All the latest toys that will be coming out for most of the year. And we're expecting a big showing from PhatMojo with the DuckTales. We kind of heard from Sean saying that there's some really exciting SKUs, which is products that are coming out for this wave. I can only deduce from that I'm guessing it's going to be some good stuff, like maybe a Darkwing Duck or a Gizmo Duck, something cool. We have no inside information or anything about that.
Yeah, all speculation. All speculation.
We're working on it.
But those two were listed in our thread, as well as Magica and Lena.
We're going to go ahead and put together. We're going to, for all the guesses that people said, we'll put together a blog and list them all out there. And if there isn't, and we'll put together any other possibilities that really deserve a figure, like Don Carnage. No one named him.
Yeah.
Named him yet.
Murder Ponies.
Murder ponies. No one said them.
Blackheart Beagle. I want a Beagle Boys set.
Blackheart Beagle would be pretty sweet. Yeah. How about a set? Or, a Fenton 2-pack would be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool because you got to have both because you can't fit him into that body. Yeah. Can you imagine how massive that toy would be?
We don't have long to wait. February is right here. It's here. We're in the now. And we'll find out shortly what we're going to be spending our money on. So not only just PhatMojo, but we're going to hear about Diamond Select Toys, what's new from them. I know they'll have some new Kingdom Hearts stuff for sure. We're good friends with them, so we'll definitely post what they got. Also, Funko goes crazy with their product releases and daily reveals for new lines that they'll have out. I'm sure we'll be bombarded with pop figures. Hopefully, they'll show us some Rescue Rangers and some Goof Troop, which we're expecting. But I'd love to be surprised with some gummy bears.
That would be a surprise. What if they just go full-blown Wuzzles?
Oh, yeah. Wuzzles for sure. I'd get those. And also the Dinosaurs is another series I would love to see.
The Jim Henson? Yeah, that would be cool.
That would be sweet.
Well, we'll be following that. And because we can't make it to New York, not this year anyway, if we know anyone going, reach out to us. We'd like to talk with you. Last year, PhatMojo's stuff was behind closed doors. So it'll be interesting to see if maybe they have a larger presence this year. With the DuckTales stuff. I know they had other stuff on display too. But it'd be interesting to see if we end up with blurry pictures again or if we get some clear ones.
Yeah, let us know your guesses of who you think would be in the next wave of DuckTales figures.
All right, well, we're wrapping things up here tonight, but before we do, we want to bring back one of our favorite segments, Frankly Speaking. Over the last few weeks, Frank Angones, the co-producer of the show DuckTales on the Disney Channel, has been very busy answering questions over on the Tumblr. And I picked out one question that I thought was very interesting for us to talk about for a moment. And he was asked by Rebel Disney, "Hi Frank, will we get some more Launchpad-centric episodes or storylines? He's such an interesting character." And Frank responded, 216. So episode 16 appears to be a Launchpad-centric episode of DuckTales.
Or maybe February 16th is when the hiatus is ending.
No, don't get that started. We know that's not the case.
All right, fine. 10 more episodes and you'll get to see Launchpad.
That would be awesome. We don't know when those 10 episodes will be. But a Launchpad-centric episode, and we know that we don't know, but we do know that it's been said that Darkwing should make another appearance in DuckTales in Season 2. What's the likelihood that a Launchpad-centric episode would also have some Darkwing things? Maybe it's a full-blown appearance. Maybe it's the bobblehead. I would expect some stuff. I'm really excited about getting more Launchpad. We talked about this a number of times on the show. He's one of our favorite characters for sure.
Yeah, we'd have to dedicate at least 4 episodes to that one episode. 4 podcasts to an episode of Launchpad 216.
Well, I mean, if we know ahead of time that Launchpad's getting this episode on 216, we just need to call Tad up and just go ahead and book him for that week.
Sure. He can maybe live tweet it with us.
Right.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That sounds great. I'm also looking forward to the Glomgold, because another favorite of ours, Glomgold versus Scrooge, the big bet that they had. So I believe that should be a recurring story-centric that appears in multiple episodes, as well as Della. When the heck are we getting Della?
We're getting some Della. We've got a lot of episodes left.
Rescue that duck.
I think Della's going to rescue herself.
True. I'm sure, yeah. I could see them getting lost in space and Della having to rescue them.
That could totally happen. Yeah. Frank was asked if he could reveal anything that Della has with her on the moon, and he said that he could absolutely disclose that she has 2 books with her. You got to love Frank. That gives us nothing. And I'm sure it'll end up being important to the episode. But right now, it's nothing. Then again, I'm sure there's some pretty wild fan theories out there about what Della has.
Well, we already know that there's a stinky cheese and a big rat from the DuckTales video game.
Yeah. Well, that's going to do it for us this week. Thank you for checking us out. If this is the first time you've listened to the podcast, thanks for stopping by. If you're a regular, thank you so much for coming back. We'd love for you to go ahead and subscribe to the podcast, whatever your podcatcher is. But if you've not done that, we do post the episode for streaming live on the internet or to the subscription pages for your favorite podcatcher. Don't forget to check us out at DuckTalks.com. We'll be talking about more Kingdom Hearts things. I think, didn't Jason just finish up another blog that we got to get posted, or did that go up already?
Jason said there's a lot of blogs coming for Kingdom Hearts. It's been a hot topic this month, obviously, because of the game. And since there's no DuckTales episodes, our blog has covered all of the Diamond Select toys that have come out. And, we'll have some more Kingdom Hearts coming at you very soon from Jason.
Yeah, and watch out for those Fantagraphic blogs. We'll be talking about the IDW comic books as they come out. There's plenty of things for us to still be sharing. We'll be talking about that Disney Afternoon event in March. That's a month away. Anyway.
Yeah, and like we said, major guests coming on our show next month. So Stay tuned.
It's going to be so much fun. And if you would, give us a review or a rating on your favorite podcatcher. That helps other people find our podcast and helps spread the word. If you got a question, suggestion, or just want to talk with us, shoot us an email over at ducktalkspod@gmail.com. We get a lot of great emails. We appreciate that feedback. That's going to do it for this week. Until next time.
Stay glam golden.